As they say in Summer League hockey, let's do that Summer League hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania on an atypical Tuesday night for us on 10 Band TV. Matt Popchuk here to bring you special bonus coverage of Week 2 of the 2025 Ice Castle Prospects League. About to drop the puck on Game 1 between Team Anthos Bakery in dark blue and Team Brentwood Bank in the gray jerseys with the light blue trim. Anthos, the Week 1 champion, Brentwood splitting last week's games by 9-8 on aggregate. Anthos with 12 goals scored to 8 allowed in Week 1. Anthos defeating Clubhouse Cards 6-2 in Game 1 and defeating Brentwood in last week's championship round 6-3. So the rematch happening right out of the tunnel here as Brentwood wins the opening faceoff and moves this puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device. And going 5-hole on the game's first shift is Dom DeSimone. 1-0 Brentwood. Rorick takes a cross-ice feed. The goal announced for Devin Rorick, the Upper St. Clair star of yesteryear, who also features in the weekly Ice Castle Elite 3 vs. 3 League, but I believe it was DeSimone who touched it last. Taken over defensively in the corner by Avery Ansis for Anthos. Brady Paris to center. Brentwood regrouping inside its own line. Garrett Barakazi playing it defensively with that distinctive golden dome. Excuse me, that's Aaron Norkovicus for Team Anthos. And a penalty shot awarded to Team Anthos. Jason Kavolik, the Chatham product, over skating the puck. That's a break for Brentwood Bank with a 1-0 lead early in period 1. And another goal for Brentwood Bank. Double B doubles up Team Anthos. Morasic, the Burrell Buccaneer, won the first ever State Open Cup championship, Division II championship, I should say, as old habits die hard. And when the Open Division was formed in Western PA about 20 years ago, it was originally called the Open Division, and the trophy awarded to the end-of-year champion was called the Open Cup. Of course, this past spring, for the first time ever, a Division II Pennsylvania State Championship game was contested, and Burrell, despite losing the PIHL Division II final, went on to win that state final. And despite what the main scoreboard here on the trackside rink says, it's 2-0 Brentwood, and now it's corrected with 6:45 remaining in the opening frame. As is the case with the Elite 3 vs. 3 League, the teams play truncated games that are 2 periods in length, not 3. The difference is that this time the periods are 10 minutes long, not 8, and conventional gameplay is 4-on-4, not 3-on-3. Loud save made there by the Brentwood goaltender. Call him the E-Bug, I suppose, Hayden Bache, the Mount Lebanon All-Star. Bache, a last-minute replacement for Kyle McLaughlin, normally appearing on the Brentwood roster. McLaughlin performing for Team Raising Cane's last night in the Elite League. Sam Mitchell on goal, and that save is made by Connor Hennessy, who's had his work cut out for him early in this first period. Again, Brentwood Bank, their club trying to avenge that Week 1 loss in the final. Brentwood defeating Clubhouse Cards in Game 1, as I said. Anthos in Game 2 last week edged out Team Burns and Scalo Roofing, who we'll see later on, by a 6-5 final score. And another penalty shot, meanwhile, has been awarded Another similarity to the Elite 3 versus 3 league, there are no penalties per se, only penalty shots with chasers. Devin Rorick's going to do the honors, and he's going to go 5-hole on Hennessy. And Brentwood is in command early. Tyler Kazarowski, the rising sophomore at Peters Township, sending that puck cross ice as Brentwood plays it back to center for Rorick. Rorick to Caden Kazarowski. Speaking of Peters Township products, a Peters alumnus playing for Pitt Johnstown currently in ACHA hockey. That save made by Bache. Aiden Forsucci, the Cal U of PA defenseman, playing that puck from his own blue line deep into Brentwood territory. And offside is called against Brentwood with a 3-0 advantage past the midpoint of period 1. Just getting underway in week 2 of the 2025 Ice Castle Prospects League. We have an icing call and intentional icing. Again, another similarity to the Elite League. Intentional icing also results in a penalty shot against the guilty team. Brentwood trying to go 2 for 2 on penalty shots, and nuzzling that nylon is Dom DeSimone for his second. All Brentwood all the time in the opening stanza. Morasic in the corner. Playing it to Kita Komatsu. Komatsu unable to control it, but he does work it up eventually to DeSimone. DeSimone on goal, and this time Hennessy hangs on. Hennessy coming to us courtesy of the Pittsburgh Predators program, celebrating its silver anniversary, 25 years and counting of operating right out of this building. Morasic for Brentwood Bank. He is stopped by Hennessy. And a lead pass thrown in the direction of Aaron Norkovicus. Nork unable to catch up to that one. And it is icing once again on Team Anthos. Brentwood going for an early trifecta on penalty shots. And don't break out the chapeaus for DeSimone just yet. The puck does cross the line, but officials ruled that Hennessy already had made the save. And so it remains 4-0 as, again, scoreboard operators work to make that correction. On the doorstep, unable to reach that puck was Norkovicus. He had his stick tied up. Corbin Aragno with some good work in front of his own goaltender. Palumbo from the edge of the circle. Cross ice for Domiosi. And played out in front. Oh, he had a man open to the side of the net. That was Anton Sotka. Brentwood on the attack once again, trying to add to a 4-0 lead late in the first. Up it comes now to Norkovicus. Fired on goal. Save made there by Bache. And played at center for Ragno. Ragno from an angle. Side of that. Oh, that went through the goal mouth. How did Sotka miss from there? Tough angle, but still had the yawning net to work with. Just couldn't settle down the puck. Big break for Anthos in a game in which, to this point, they haven't had many. Pucks off the protective netting remain live, as they do in the Elite League, so Anthos has to give chase here as we approach the final minute of first period play. And let's catch you up on the rest of the Prospect League playing rules. Each win is worth 1 point, so whoever wins the last game of the night obviously picks up 2 points in the standings. Penalties, as I said, are penalty shots with chasers. Players have to wait until the player touches the puck to leave the blue line behind the player taking the penalty shot. The play is live and players can pass to their teammates on a shot. First violation of leaving early is a warning. Second is an additional penalty shot. If 2 shots are called, the first shot will not have chasers. In basketball vernacular, the teams are required to play a half-court offense. In other words, they can't regroup past center red after possessing the puck already in the offensive zone. Violation results in a loss of possession. No face-offs other than those called for at center ice. 1 timeout per game. Either team is allowed to call it. Clock stoppages take place in the final minute of the period during a penalty shot, injury, puck out of play altogether, and or a called timeout. Overtime, should it be necessary, is 3 minutes of nonstop sudden victory hockey, followed by a sudden victory shootout. And so we'll go to the break of game 1 with Brentwood Bank leading Team Anthos 4-0. Matt Popchuk back with more Ice Castle Prospects League after this on 10 Band TV. Matt Popchuk back here in Castle Shannon. Period 2 underway of game 1. Week 2 of the Prospects League here at Ice Castle between Team Brentwood Bank and Team Anthos Bakery. Brentwood with a commanding 4-0 lead that still has not been rectified. Despite our best efforts, officials were even conversing with the scorers table during the break, and the score was announced as 5-0. That penalty shot that was stopped most recently by Connor Hennessy, was never actually rolled a goal. So, again, I think some confusion is ongoing, and hopefully they'll be able to get that corrected. But the way Team Brentwood looked in that first period, the point is likely moot, as that roof job by Jason Kovolik of Team Anthos misses. Kovolik unable to hit the net on the one-timer. To the corner it'll go. Kazarowski surveying the play. Caden Kazarowski, that is, this time. Kazarowski gets Rorik to go down. Out in front it comes one-timer, jammed at it on Bache. And Kovulik is unable to beat the Mount Lebanon netminder. A near turnover there to Morasic. Brentwood keeps possession, and just missing to that far corner is Dom DeSimone. DeSimone on hat-trick watch. Brentwood operating near side now, trying to add to that comfortable lead. 3 minutes into period 2. For Suchi, left circle. And Bache keeps the goose egg on the board. Bache again making the save with the backdoor play, but finally it is for Suchi making that donut disappear, and Anthos Bakery gets one back. Wraparound try and an unconscious save made there by Hennessy. That 5-hole really was exposed, but Hennessy this time able to make the stop. From distance, Norkovicus, that shot blocked off the protective netting. It stays alive. And leading the transition the other way is Bobby Board, the Elizabeth forward standout. Drop pass, wrist shot on the off wing taken by Gio Palumbo, the Brentwood Bank newcomer. DeSimone, most recently in the uniform of Florida Alliance North, a AAA program in that state. 16-year-old Pittsburgh native with a couple of goals tonight for Team Brentwood. Sotka out in front. That puck still up for grabs. Cleared aside by Holden Wilpula. Correction, Tyler Kazarowski making the clear. Wilpula now does have this puck for Team Anthos. Trying to cut into, unofficially, a 4-goal lead. And apparently a goal was counted at the other end. We didn't see the official make the call. We apologize. So it is now 6-1 in favor of Team Brentwood. Anthos answers right back. For Team Anthos, Ryan Saginaw, the leading scorer in Bishop Canavan co-op history. And won't it be fun to see where he ends up? One of the great PIHL players, Division II or otherwise, in recent memory, and this was his home barn back in high school. Save made there on the breakaway attempt by Jake Stock. Speaking of players who called Ice Castle home in high school. Stock, Penguins Cup champion with Thomas Jefferson before committing to Pitt. Played toward the goal this time by Ragno, and making the save is Hennessy. Anthos with it. Saginaw again. Saginaw finding metal but not mesh. And a lead pass to Passananti. Jimmy Passananti unable to beat Hennessy, who's settled down into a nice rhythm here after his team fell behind early. Bouncing puck there in the blue paint, and Hennessy will cover. Under 4 minutes to go in game one. Team Anthos trying to go on some kind of a run here. Playing it up to center for Brentwood is Rorick. Rorick has Cam Stern camped out in front all by his lonesome, but can't get him the puck thanks to some good work in the corner by Chase Evans. Lead pass to Stock. Stock goes right into that Brentwood logo, and Hayden Bache swallows that puck. Stern over the attacking line for Rorick. Rorick makes his move, shooting over top the net. Calling for the puck in front is Morasic, and I'll take that, thank you very much, says Hennessy. Stock flying through center. Stock out in front. One-timer save made there by Bache. Caden Kazarowski that close, but Bache was ready. Opportunity now for Palumbo. Palumbo to the goal. Oh, try to fool Hennessy, but Hennessy kept that puck from sneaking through the pads. Time running out, however, for Team Anthos. Going to the net and putting it on goal was Kazarowski. Kovulik on the follow-up, unable to finish. At the side of the net, Norkovicus trying to settle down this puck and play it out in front. Caden Kazarowski, Norkovicus' UPJ teammate, unable to convert. Counterattack by Brentwood. Oh, that went off the bar, and following up and finishing what he started, And you can break out the chapeaux for Dom DeSimone. Now we can take some hats back to Florida with them. 7-2 Team Brentwood as we wind down game one. And as a hockey broadcaster, I know the importance of team chemistry. And as a first-time home buyer, I know the importance of having good chemistry with your bank. And take it from me, when you choose Brentwood Bank, you're not just getting a storied Pittsburgh community bank, you're building a relationship devoted to you. When my family and I chose Brentwood Bank, their patient and efficient staff took all the stress out of the loan application process. And if you want to remodel your house or maybe get that new car, consolidate debt, whatever you want to do, you're going to want to get started by visiting BrentwoodBank.com. Brentwood Bank, welcome home. Brentwood Bank wearing out their welcome as far as Team Anthos is concerned and getting a bit of revenge here to begin week two. Their lead is now 7-3 as we approach the final minute of our week two opener. Some big saves by Hayden Bache and a hat trick from Dom DeSimone. And make it 8-3 now. Bobby Board's line contributing. At the other end, Norkovicus is denied. Komatsu getting credit for the latest Brentwood marker. And so for the second week in a row, Team Brentwood earns a spot in the final round. Save from an angle made and unable to keep it in, or keep it out, I should say, was Bache. That shot by Nick Sweet. And last touch by Forsucci sneaking in. But again, it's going to be immaterial. That first period just too much for Team Anthos to overcome. Brentwood came out flying, and they earn a decisive victory to begin week two. 5 seconds left. Battling in the corner is Wilpala. That's it, and that's all. Your unofficial final score, Team Brentwood Bank, 8, and Team Anthos, 4. Brentwood Bank coached by Liam Walsh, Anthos coached by John McDonald. The next two coaches to go at it will be Nick Kakali of Clubhouse Cards and Xander Kakali of Team Burns and Scalo. That's coming up after this. I'm Matt Popchuk, and you're watching the Ice Castle Prospects League Week 2 on 10 Band TV.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
How fitting that a team that sponsors the Pittsburgh Penguins, Burns and Scalo, is dressed in black and gold. Team Clubhouse Cards, their opponent, dressed in purple with some loud, very 90s uniform trim that impresses this broadcaster to no end. A very nostalgic feel to those Clubhouse Cards uniforms as Game 2 of Week 2 is underway. Which of these teams will meet Team Brentwood Bank in the Week 2 final? We'll find out. Playing it from the slot area is Avery Ansis. And counterattacking for Clubhouse Cards, Owen St. John, the late addition to the Clubhouse roster. Again, the Kakali brothers, who work for the Pittsburgh Predators program, coaching on opposite benches. Xander Kakali, the former RIT product, coaching Team Burns and Scalo on the home bench. Nick Kakali, who won a professional hockey championship in Hungary before retiring as a player. He's playing, or coaching, I should say, on the guest bench for Team Clubhouse Cards. And both are Elite League players also during the summer. Good to see those guys again. Scoreless just underway as Burns and Scalo starting netminder Messier Trevino makes his first save. Trevino, a rising sophomore in the North Allegheny program. And that program's going to have a new coach this upcoming season. Justin Glock, the longtime Baldwin bench boss who won a state title there once upon a time. Going to be leading NA varsity next season. From the right circle, pivoting is Jackson Gostick, the Upper St. Clair standout. Counterattacking for Burns and Scalo, Angelo Maeda, he of Peters Township lore. Taken over at center by Corey Mooney defensively. Mooney, a South Park native, unlike the other Mooney we saw here 24 hours ago, who hails from the West Mifflin area. Offside on Burns and Scalo, turned over to Clubhouse Cards. Clubhouse Cards bowing to Team Brentwood in Game 1 last week by a 6-2 final, and falling in the consolation game as well, 10-6, to this very Burns and Scalo outfit. Burns and Scalo, in their first of 2 games last week, lost a tough one to Team Anthos by a 6-5 final score. So Burns and Scalo looking for win number 2. Clubhouse Cards looking for victory number 1. And on the breakaway for Clubhouse Cards, missing the net is the Peters Township Indian, Brady Holleran. Holleran wearing that distinctive golden dome that so many Penn's Elite players have worn over the years. The Pittsburgh Predators program, I believe, also dresses its players in a gold helmet, if memory serves. The Predators unveiled some new uniforms recently in honor of their silver anniversary as a junior hockey program. Liam Shin, the Mount Lebanon star, near side for Burns and Scalo. To the point for Aiden Zolkowski, his Mount Lebanon teammate, but Zolkowski unable to fire that puck on goal, and Team Clubhouse has numbers. Save from an angle made there by Trevino. Amir Al-Salani firing that pill from the left circle. Approaching the midpoint of a scoreless first period in Game 2, sent deep by Nathan Tran. A large Mount Lebanon contingent on Xander Kakali's team tonight. And a chance now for Burns and Scalo after the turnover at the blue line. Putting this puck toward goal and making the save is clubhouse netminder Tyler Lang, the former Freeport All-Star. And Lang somehow got over to the near post to deny Maeda on the one-timer. Coming the other way, Trevino makes that save, and Trevino, no, he cannot hang on. That's a goal. We finally have our first goal of the game with 4:36 to play. Ethan Hoff getting the last stick on it. Hoff, a Pittsburgh native, plays junior hockey up in Boston. There's some interesting dinner conversations with that billet family, I'm sure. That's a great hockey market, Boston. Got to see one of Boston's junior teams play in the USA Hockey Nationals up at the Lemieux Complex earlier this year. One nothing Clubhouse as they press for more. Reese Medved, the West Allegheny native, going cross ice to Ansis. Medved unable to redirect it. Medved's female siblings, members of the PIHL girls division the last couple seasons as players and coaches. Medved through center now. Looking for an equalizer. Drops to Mooney just onside. Mooney to the corner for Ansis. Ansis behind the net for Mooney. Good cycle here by Burns and Scalo, but under heavy defensive duress. Ansis playing this puck out in front to an open Quinn Tyler. Tyler giving ground, deferring to Maeda. Angelo Maeda through a crowd. That was deflected wide. Mooney camping out on Tyler Lang's doorstep. Team Clubhouse surviving that sequence, and they go the other way. Owen St. John running out of room to maneuver. Maeda right on top of him. Good stick work there at the blue line by Al-Solani. Al-Solani right out in front. Turnaround try, and that was partially deflected. Garrett Fetzko unable to put it cleanly on goal. Stretch pass beyond the reach of Tyler. This will be icing, and that results in a penalty shot for Team Clubhouse Cards. Jackson Gostick of Upper St. Clair to take it. He makes his move, and he's denied by Trevino. So it remains a 1-0 game with 2 to go in the first. Shot from an angle. That goes over Trevino's head. Anticipating the rebound is Al-Solani. Eric Schleiper, the Peters Township youngster, playing that puck defensively in the corner. And out to center it'll come as the late Ozzy Osbourne is honored by the in-house entertainment here at the trackside rink. Nate Mellett, his centering pass, eluding its intended target. That was Gostick. Counterattacking is Burns and Scalo, a potential 3-on-1. What a great breakup, though. Gostick standing his ground, and he's got a chance the other way for Clubhouse. Draw pass, shot off the mark. Jackson Rose unable to finish what his Upper St. Clair teammates started. Now Burns and Scalo with another chance, but that centering pass is broken up. Another good stick there, this time by Caden Bush. Opportunity for Burns and Scalo. Maeda to the goal. He's denied by Lang. Looked like Lang got a piece of that with the edge of his skate, and it took a very strange carom. Barakazi to his own blue line. Up ahead it comes eventually to Aiden Zolkowski. Zolkowski in the final minute of first period play. Pressured by Hoff. Hoff, who has the only goal thus far. Comes through the left circle. Hoff trying to tuck it in behind Trevino, but to no avail. This draw pass is errant, and Offerman, the Mount Lebanon captain of the previous season, is going to have to go fetch. Loss of possession, puck over to Burns and Scallo. Driving the net and scoring for Burns and Scallo is Avery Ansis. We had a pregnant pause before this USA hockey crew made up its mind. And with 35 ticks to talk, it is a 1-1 game. Clubhouse trying to get it back with 15 seconds left in the period. Oh, what a glove save there by Trevino. Ansis, a Pittsburgh native, has played at fabled Shattuck St. Mary's for their AAA 15 and under program. Played for Kitchener, one game earlier this year for the OHL club. Recently in Listowel, playing junior hockey for the Cyclones. So that kid's going to have a real worldview of the game as he matures in his career. And we've got a 1-1 game here between Clubhouse and Burns and Scallo. Matt Popchalk back to the Ice Castle after this for more Prospects League action on 10 Band TV.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Matt Popchalk back here for continuing coverage of Week 2 of the 2025 Ice Castle Prospects League on 10 Band TV. And the best part of doing this special bonus coverage is being around all these student athletes who make me feel young again. And taking a trip to Clubhouse Cards on North Highland Road in Bethel Park will make any hockey fan or broadcaster, for that matter, feel young again. If you're like me, an elder millennial who was collecting hockey cards long before I was collecting a paycheck, Clubhouse Cards is going to have something for you. Topps, Upper Deck, Panini, all the major brands, not to mention special events, trade nights, live auctions. You have a jersey you want framed. Guess what? Clubhouse Cards can help you with that too. Browse their store and list of services at clubhousecards.pgh.com. Murraysville's own Ethan Hoff scoring the game's first goal in period 1 for Team Clubhouse before a late answer was provided by Avery Ansis of Team Burns and Scallo. And so that's where we sit as period 2 of game 2 is ongoing. The teams have switched sides, and Corey Mooney was unable to keep that puck inside his own blue line. Skating right to left with it for Clubhouse Cards is Jackson Rose, unable to sneak it behind Trevino. Rose pressured in the circle. Good stick there by Maeda. The Peters Township contingent trying to strike here as Luca Maeda was unable to drive the net. Good stick by Al Solani. And that Peters USC rivalry just never disappears. Can't live with each other, can't live without each other. Behind the net, Quinn Tyler from an angle, trying to find an uncovered spot there behind Tyler Lang, but nothing doing. Fetzko for Team Clubhouse in a 1-1 game in the corner. A blind pass becomes right to the stick of Caden Bush. Bush waited a moment too long to shoot it, and the follow-up attempt by Evan Perucci misses. Gostick wins the puck battle. Gostick under pressure. In behind the net. Bush. Gostick. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Trevino. When you hear the name Messier, first or last, you don't necessarily associate it with goaltending. Unless you're thinking of the goaltenders that the NHLer of the same name torched over the years. But Messier Trevino making some big saves for Team Burns and Scalo to keep this a low-scoring affair with under 6.5 to go in the second. Meanwhile, some brief controversy at the other end as officials eventually roll that Trevino's counterpart, Tyler Lang, did keep the puck from crossing the line. Burns and Scalo looking for their first lead as they go after this puck in the corner. Blake Avancic in the thick of this. He's watched by Perucci, and Perucci ties him up in the near corner, and Perucci starts play the other way for Clubhouse. Gostick, left wing circle. Gostick in front, and the shot pass was read all the way by Trevino. Liam Shin. He and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils coming off a fantastic season, a fantastic regular season at least, but one that ended in surprisingly early disappointment from a postseason standpoint. Blue Devils, however, relevant and very much alive once again after a few down seasons. And Shin has been a big part of that varsity program's resurgence. Midway through the second, still tied at 1. Waiting at center ice is Ansis, who has the lone goal for Burns and Scalo. Brady Holleran with speed. Holleran from an angle. That save made by Trevino. Peters Township alumni on both sides in this second game as Burns and Scalo counterattacks. Tran getting tied up in the corner. Good play there at the blue line to force a turnover by Zolkowski. Zolkowski shooting off a body. Offerman taking one for the team. 2-on-1 possibly for Clubhouse. Centering pass deflected just wide of goal by Mellett. And Team Clubhouse wants a penalty. None forthcoming. Ansis forgot the puck. But it's stolen by Mooney. Mooney trying to settle it down. And Burns and Scalo has numbers, but unable to convert the one-timer for his second of the game is Ansis. Oh, that had 2-1 written all over it, I thought. But Lang just barely got a piece of it. He wasn't a PIHL All-Star for nothing, folks. Played in front for Ansis. Ansis unable to roll it to his backhand. Otherwise, that had 2-1 written all over it. Some grade A chances on this shift for Team Burns and Scalo, but somehow the game remains tied with 3 1/4 remaining. St. John unable to get around his man, and Trevino not going to take any chances. Mooney to Maeda. Maeda, one against the world. Pulls back, looks for some company. Broken stick still in the corner. Officials have been either unable and or unwilling to retrieve it with play ongoing. Wraparound attempt and unable to pick the corner on the turnaround try was Medved. Rose trying to get positioning on Medved as those two harass one another. Deflected in front on Trevino. The save is made, and catching up on the back check was St. John, but it's banged in all the same by Garrett Fetzko, and it's 2-1 Clubhouse late. The goal was announced for Rose, but I believe it's Fetzko, the Thomas Jefferson newcomer from 24-25, who touched it last. Fetzko, another member of that Pittsburgh Predators program, the AAA outfit that makes the Ice Castle its home. Caden Bush with it, firing on Trevino, and Trevino keeps it a one-goal game. Remember, the teams normally play 4-on-4 in this Prospects League, so if Xander Kakali, wants to pull Trevino, it'll be 5-on-4 for Burns and Scalo, but at the moment, Trevino's still in his cage as we approach a minute 40 left in regulation. Hoff from an angle. That save made by Trevino off the stick. On the off wing, Barakazi. In the corner for Avancic. Avancic lost that puck battle. Played back to center for Bush. Xander's having some trouble getting his goaltender off here with about a minute left in the game. Either that or he's just going to tough it out 4-on-4 and hope his team can come up with a late marker at even strength, as that shot from the right wing by Hoff misses the net. Hoff had the only team clubhouse goal of period one. Garrett Fetzko's goal has clubhouse ahead 2-1. 40 seconds left. Trevino's still in there. Clubhouse with the puck. Time now becoming the enemy of Burns and Scalo as clubhouse plays it in the corner. Hoff just content to dump the puck and kill some more time. Under half a minute left now. Near side, Barakazi. Barakazi down low. Try at the side of the net. Zolkowski unable to find an opening. 20 ticks to talk. Coming over the line is Gostick. 10 seconds left, and Clubhouse is going to hang on for the win, it appears here. Gostick makes his move. Gostick to the goal, looking for an exclamation point, and Action Jackson provides one. Rose, that is. 3-1 in favor of Clubhouse Cards. That's it, and that's all. So Tyler Lang wins the goalie duel from Messier Trevino, and Clubhouse Cards collects their first victory of 2025 in 3-1 fashion over Team Burns and Scalo. We'll have an ice cut, and then we'll have the Week 2 consolation game between Team Burns and Scalo and Team Anthos Bakery. I'm Matt Popchalk. More to come from the Ice Castle's trackside rink in Castle Shannon in a bit.
Thank you for calling Penny.
And another goal for Brentwood Bank. Double B doubles up Team Anthos. There are no penalties per se, only penalty shots with chasers. Devin Rorick's going to do the honors, and he's going to go 5-hole on Hennessy. And he shot against the guilty team. Brentwood trying to go 2 for 2 on penalty shots and nuzzling that nylon. is Dom DeSimone for his second. All Brentwood all the time in the opening stanza. Brentwood going for an early trifecta on penalty shots. And don't break out the chapeaus for DeSimone just yet. The puck does cross the line, but officials rule that Hennessy already had made the save. Bache again making the save with the backdoor play, but finally it is Forsucci making that donut disappear, and Anthos Bakery gets one back in favor of Team Brentwood. Anthos answers right back. For Team Anthos, Ryan Saginaw. This is UPJ teammate unable to convert. Counterattack by Brentwood. Oh, that went off the bar, and following up and finishing what he started. And you can break out the chapeaus for Dom DeSimone. And efficient staff took all the stress out of the loan application process. And if you want to remodel your house or maybe get that new car, consolidate debt, whatever you want to do, you're going to want to get started by visiting BrentwoodBank.com. Brentwood Bank. Some big saves by Hayden Bache and a hat trick from Dom DeSimone. And make it 8-3 now. Team Brentwood earns a spot in the final round. Save from an angle made and unable to keep it in, or keep it out, I should say, was Bache. That shot by Nick Sweet. Coming the other way, Trevino makes that save, and Trevino, no, he cannot hang on. That's a goal. We finally have our first goal of the game with 4:36 to play. Ethan Hoff, loss of possession, puck over to Burns and Scallo, driving the net, and scoring for Burns and Scallo is Avery Ansis. We had a pregnant pause before this USA hockey crew made up its mind. The other way for Clubhouse. Gostick, left wing circle. Gostick in front, and the shot pass was read all the way by Trevino. Trying to get positioning on Medved as those two harass one another. Deflected in front on Trevino. The save is made, and catching up on the back check was St. John, but it's banged in all the same by Garrett Fetzko, and it's 2-1 Clubhouse late. Gostick. 10 seconds left, and Clubhouse is going to hang on for the win, it appears here. Gostick makes his move. Gostick to the goal, looking for an exclamation point, and Action Jackson provides one. Rose, that is. 3-1 in favor of Clubhouse Cards. The goalie goal from Messier Trevino, and Clubhouse Cards collects their first victory of 2025 in 3-1 fashion over Team Burns and Scallo. We'll have an ice cut, and then
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Bloss. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Shoot! He scores!
Thank you for
With all the talent in this league, we're bound to see some great roof jobs. But if you want to see the best roof jobs, look no further than Burns & Scalo, Pittsburgh's premier roofing and sheet metal contractor. Burns & Scalo offers residential, commercial, and industrial solutions to roofing and sheet metal issues. And just like hockey players are the proudest athletes on the planet, Burns & Scalo take that same pride in being a top emergency service provider. Has your roof suffered recent storm damage? Give their 24-hour emergency hotline a call at 866-384-8790. Burns & Scalo is the official roofing partner of your Pittsburgh Penguins. Team Burns & Scalo, coached by Xander Kakali of the Pittsburgh Predators program, was the highest scoring team last week in this Ice Castle Prospects League with 15 goals. In Game 2 tonight, shut down by Tyler Lang and company and held to just 1 as they try to salvage the consolation game against the Week 1 champion, Team Anthos Bakery, coached by former Cannon McMillan product Johnny McDonald. Anthos falling behind early and bowing to Team Brentwood Bank in Game 1 earlier tonight. And we are just about set for this consolation contest. Shin going up against Ryan Saginaw for the opening face-off, which is won by Shin. And Burns and Scalo controls behind its own net on this freshly cut ice at the Ice Castle's trackside rink. That puck off the backside of Shin and fired on goal. Oh, Medved from distance. Think of the children. 18 seconds in. Correction, a minute 18 seconds in. It is Burns and Scalo with a 1-0 lead. And a glove save made there by Connor Hennessy. And talk about baptism by fire. Now, my original first grade math was correct. That goal being scored officially 18 seconds in. In any event, this one is put off the body of Messier Trevino, who played very gallantly in that second game despite taking the loss. A turnover, however, to Jake Stock. Stock unable to shoot it cleanly on net. Met with some resistance by Blake Avancic, Avancic trailing Stock once again. Anthos playing this puck from behind the goal. That outlet pass too heavy, however, for Greg Timmons, the former Upper St. Clair blue liner. Hennessy. Up it comes to Norkovicus. Norkovicus shooting wide of goal. To the point to a wide open Jason Kavolik. Kavolik into the nimble glove hand of Trevino. Kavolik did play for Chatham, since transferred to Pitt and wearing his Panthers club hockey helmet for tonight's contest. And Kavolik going to the net as Trevino makes that save on the left wing shot by Tyler Kazarowski. Originally, we had told you that games would be 10 minutes in length. This consolation game, 9 minutes in length in each period. So we want to make sure we get that corrected for you as Tyler Kazarowski defers this time to Kavolik, and Kavolik misses high and wide. Tyler from the left circle, missing to the far post. Long rebound comes all the way back beyond center red. To the point it comes for Kavolik. And Barakazi brings it over the attacking line for Burns and Scalo. He is stopped by Hennessy on the short side. That shot from above the slot area by Tran is also swallowed up by Hennessy. 1-0 lead for Burns and Scalo, 3 minutes in. Reese Medved scoring on the first shift of the consolation game for Burns and Scalo. Anthos looking for an answer. That puck turned over to Shin. Shin up ahead to Barakazi. Barakazi for Ansis, who had the only goal of Game 2 for Burns and Scalo. Ansis's wraparound shot is denied by Hennessy. Now, that's a Greek-sounding name for you, Ansis. Anthos a Greek word meaning blossom, the name of Anthos Bakery, the team sponsoring team, or the business, I should say, sponsoring Team Anthos. Play to the circle, and a one-timer misfired on at the far side of the net. Zolkowski had a yawning net to shoot at too, but it remains a 1-0 contest. Centering passes cut out by Maeda. Maeda with speed up to Avancic. The Peters Township duo working in tandem, and Maeda is stopped somehow by Hennessy. I had a goal call all teed up, and Hennessy had other plans. Anthos counterattacking. What a save there at the other end. Anything you can do, I can do better, says Trevino. Maeda conceding that puck to the blue wave in front of goaltender Hennessy. And the home run pass glances off the stick of Stock and remains live. Stock recovers, unable to put it on goal. Good positioning by Maeda defensively, but a turnover now to Forsucci. Forsucci, who scored twice in the losing effort for Anthos in Game 1, watches his team concede this puck to Maeda. Zolkowski to Maeda. Angelo Maeda trying to redeem himself, but can't. A near turnover there to Luca Maeda as Anthos counterattacks. Late in period 1, trying to drive the net for Anthos is Holden Wilpula. On the counter for Burns and Scalo, Quinn Tyler. Oh, that one-timer is finished by Luca Maeda. And neither of the Maedas are going to miss from there. Of that much I'm certain. And Burns and Scalo does get that elusive second goal. Loud save made there by Trevino at the far post. To the point for Forsucci. And Trevino is there again, this time with a glove. Under 3 to go in the first period. Medved across the attacking line. Medved with speed. Out in front, snapshot. Where is it? It's out the other side of Hennessy. He had no idea where that puck was, and neither did we. Ansis thought he had himself a goal, and for a second I did too. Medved driving the net, and he goes 5-hole on Hennessy. 3-0 Burns and Scalo, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. Medved with a pair. And Team Anthos again finds themselves in a big early hole. Stock behind the net. Stock out in front. That's blocked. Good own zone coverage by Corey Mooney and company. Ansis, 2-on-none. At the side of the net, what a save by Hennessy. Best save of the night, bar none, as Medved couldn't complete the Hattie. Just little old me and all of them. And Hennessy hung on. That one from Ansis goes underneath his leg pad and in behind the extended goal line. Steal by Burns and Scalo. Corey Mooney to go in again. Hennessy ready and waiting. Now they're going to say that shot by Mooney went in. Again, we didn't see the signal. It was out of our view. But they're going to credit a fourth goal to Team Burns and Scalo, and they make it a 4-0 game now entering the final minute of first period play. Burns and Scalo right back on the attack, but that centering pass is thrown behind Maeda, and a chance the other way for Tyler Kazarowski. He misses to the far post. 40 to go. Caden Kazarowski fans on the attempted shot from the right side. Yeah, that's kind of the way it's been going tonight for Team Anthos. And once again, they will have a big hill to climb when second period play gets underway in 20 seconds and change. To center it'll come. Kazarowski with it at the buzzer. And so Messier Trevino still very much on his game at the other end. Reese Medved with a pair. And Burns and Scalo is on top 4-0 at the break of the Consolation game. You're watching the Ice Castle Prospects League. Matt Popchuk here to bring you Week 2 action on 10 Band TV. Live coverage of the 2025 Ice Castle Prospects League on 10 Band TV is brought to you by Anthos Bakery. Hey, do we lie? Anthos is the only local bakery to bring the flavor of Athens to the heart of the South Hills. Anthos serves delicious food, artisan bread, and European-style pastries made fresh in-house every day, as well as authentic Greek specialties you can't resist. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 8 to 4 at the corner of Castle Shannon Boulevard and Willow Avenue. Follow them on Instagram at Anthos_foods and like Anthos Foods on Facebook. For a second consecutive game, Team Anthos with its hands full as period 2 begins. This time trailing Team Burns and Scalo by a 4-0 score after one period of play. That shot is stopped off the mask of Messier Trevino. The effort made by Nick Sweet, and Trevino will cover that one. Corey Mooney, the South Park native, scoring the fourth Team Burns and Scalo goal late in that first period. As that one-timer save is made, Trevino going full extension. Sounds like it caught a piece of the post as well. Out in front, Trevino makes that save from point-blank range on the IUP product, Nathan Podolak. Burns and Scalo trying to bring it out of their own end. Speaking of South Park natives, Podolak also hails from that area as Team Anthos counterattacks. With it is Stock. Stock goes right side, now back to Jake Stock. Stock shooting for that top corner and missing. Burns and Scalo counterattacking, and Medved. Oh, that's not Medved, I'm sorry, that's Barakazi in the blue helmet. Close to his first goal of the night. Medved with a pair for Team Burns and Scalo in period 1. Nick Sweet can't beat the double team. The other number 11, Blake Avonsick, going the other way. Unable to get around Wilpula. Wilpula to Saginaw in the corner. And the Bishop Canevin All-Star surveys the scene and throws it up ahead for Succi. The pass too strong, however. And will this be a penalty shot? Intentional icing is a penalty shot. That's the protocol. And that's going to be the case. First penalty shot of the consolation game belongs to Garrett Barakazi. And Barakazi, after some conversation with Maeda, is going to take it. And Garrett Barakazi makes it a 5-0 lead for Burns and Scalo. Steal with the blue line by Luca Maeda. Maeda to the cage. Burial! Burns and Scalo by a touchdown with 6 minutes to go. Again, officially we were told that periods would be 10 minutes in length. We're playing 9-minute periods in this consolation contest. Medved. Well, now he'll have a chance to pick up the Hattie. And you can break out the chapeaus for Reese Medved, baby. Burns and Scalo dominating in the consolation game. Timmons from an angle. He finally gets that goose egg off the board. Team Anthos gets one with 5.5 to go. Medved camped out at the blue line. Medved has someone go into the net. That's Shin. Yard sale inside Team Anthos territory. Medved unable to tuck it through the legs of Hennessy. That shot from an angle taken by Shin is denied by the Team Anthos netminder. And that one-timer is off Hennessy's glove. An unconscious save, sliding all the way to his left to deny Mooney a second goal in this game. Some of the members of Team Clubhouse Cards in purple watching in the distance as Saginaw goes 5-hole on Trevino to make it an 8-2 game. Team Clubhouse Cards grinding out a win in Game 2. They'll play Team Brentwood Bank in tonight's final round coming up at the conclusion of this one. Chance the other way for Ansys. Ansys kicks it to himself, and he tucks it around Hennessy. The highest scoring team in Week 1 held in check in Game 2, but here in the consolation game, the floodgates have opened. And a goal at the other end in the meantime by Jake Stock, who seems like he's had a billion chances in both outings for Team Anthos. Unfortunately for Anthos, it'll be too little too late. Medved poke checked. Saginaw unable to break it out beyond center. Medved recovers. Unable to feed Tyler. Saginaw from his own corner. Two-line pass for Tyler Kazarowski, and he puts it off Trevino. Trevino stopping the follow-up. Kovulik. Oh, there's a nifty shot from the near side by Saginaw, who's potted a pair. Pawn hockey continues. Ansys unable to tuck it around Hennessy, who came way off the line. Played out in front. An emphatic shot there by Ansys. So he's got a pair now, and it's 10-4 in favor of Burns and Scalo. Kovulik with a steal, brings it across the line. Battling in the corner with Avancic. Out in front it'll come. Norkovicus unable to get it behind Trevino. Kovulik colliding with Schleiper at center. That puck off the stick of Ansys, glancing off the side of the net. Anthos with an opportunity to collect some more, as finding metal but not mesh is Caden Kazarowski. And a penalty shot is being called. High sticking violation Luka Maeda politely disagreeing. Kazarowski to the goal. He's stopped by Trevino. Net empty down to our right. Now, Team Anthos might as well empty the tank here and skate 5-on-4 the rest of the way. They try to work it down low to Norkovicus, but the pass cut out, and the empty net is missed by Maeda, Luka Maeda that is, and another penalty shot will be awarded to Team Anthos. Again, intentional icing results in a penalty shot being awarded. Saginaw doing the honors, and he cannot slip it behind Trevino. Just one too many moves. Shin strong on that puck. Dispossessed at center. Lead pass for Saginaw. Saginaw has Norkovicus going toward goal. Norkovicus shoots it off Trevino. Saginaw over the attacking line one more time. Seems like he's been out here forever and a day. And we have another penalty shot call forthcoming, a hooking call. And this is 3 consecutive penalty shots awarded to Team Anthos. So you can't say they haven't had their chances with time ticking away. And I'm not exactly sure what that was from Saginaw, but Anthos is offside. It was a false start on the penalty shot. Now Saginaw will proceed. He's caught by the chaser, and I think that helps Trevino make that save. Nathan Tran was able to catch up Saginaw, who moved deliberately toward net. Trevino 3 for 3 on penalty shots in this second period. A loud save there on Ryan Saginaw. Now Trevino just doesn't want to let Saginaw collect those hats. Lead pass now to Evans, Chase Evans. Dropping back for Sweet. Nick Sweet from the slot area off the protective netting. Centering pass for Evans, Cole Evans. Another former Bishop Canevin Crusader, unable to get something started there for Anthos as this puck dribbles toward the vacant net down to our right. Under half a minute left. Burns and Scalo in the middle of a change. I was going to say, would Trevino dare attempt a goalie goal? Again, with the score being what it is, you might as well let it all hang out as this consolation contest winds down. Ansis just missing the net. It comes around to Tyler. Tyler's shot is blocked with 3 seconds left. It's stolen. This will be put in by Avancic. That's it. And that's all. Burns and Scalo salvages the consolation game with an emphatic 11-4 victory over Team Anthos Bakery. Your Week 2 final between Team Clubhouse Cards and Team Brentwood Bank is next. I'm Matt Popchuk, and you're watching the Ice Castle Prospects League on 10-Band TV.
you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
The Mount Washington Shop and Save is a proud sponsor of the Ice Castle Prospects League on 10-Band TV. Check out the ad on your screen during any 10-Band TV hockey broadcast for the latest, greatest deals on everything the Mount Washington Shop and Save has to offer. Whatever you need, store managers Jim and Michelle Kazarowski will make sure you find it at the Mount Washington Shop and Save. And because they're the only members of the Kazarowski family that aren't in this building tonight, I would be remiss not to thank Jim and Michelle for their continued support of all live hockey coverage and on-demand coverage on 10-Band TV. Matt Popchuk back with you. It's final time, the championship round of Week 2 of this Ice Castle Prospects League 2025 edition. Team Brentwood Bank once again wearing their dark gray uniforms. Team Clubhouse Cards once again wearing their distinctive purple threads. Devin Rorick in the corner, and he nuzzles that nylon behind goaltender Tyler Lang. Rorick had a strong performance in the opener for Brentwood Bank, and he scores just about 45 seconds into this final contest of this Tuesday night. Team Brentwood Bank, coached by Liam Walsh, who moonlights as captain of Team Saloon of Mount Lebanon in the Ice Castle 3-versus-3 Elite League, which can also be seen on 10-Band TV, and it will be seen at 6 p.m. Eastern Time next Tuesday night. We'll be back to our normal day and time next Tuesday at 6. Back for week number 5 of the Ice Castle 3-versus-3 Elite League, featuring, among others, Logan Coley of the Utah Mammoth. Team Clubhouse Cards, coached by Team Gordo's Tacos and Tequila's very own Nick Kakali. And this puck is flipped wide, and Bush can't believe he didn't hit that target, but it remains a 1-0 game in favor of Team Brentwood. Going down to one knee and trying to pull a Sid from the left side was Fetzko. DeSimone trying to play it defensively. Dom DeSimone had a hat trick in the first game for Brentwood. Up to center. DeSimone to Morasic. Morasic had that shot blocked. Lead pass now to Fetzko. Fetzko unable to control it. Clubhouse trying to reset at center, but a steal here by Morasic, and Morasic crashes the net, and Tyler Lang by the hair of his chin hangs on and keeps that one from going all the way over the line. Gostick taking off the puck, far side. Fetzko in front, Gostick recovers, trying to go 5-hole on Hayden Bache, the Brentwood netminder. Couple of PIHL stalwarts from different periods of time in there for their respective clubs. Lang, a Freeport star. Hayden Bache continuing to shine for Mount Lebanon in Class 3A. Two-line pass accepted by Gostick. Gostick with a deliberate pass that finally finds the tape of Fetzko. Fetzko trying to dish it west to east, but it's broken up. 2-on-1 for Brentwood. One-timer at the side of the net, and that went underneath the stick of Bobby Board. Board gets it back. Board trying to reset the play. Has some company in the form of George Macrocostas. Played out in front and tipped wide by Board. Two-line pass off the tape of Patrick Melandra. Melandra had that puck steered aside calmly by Bache. And that shot from an angle was denied by Hayden Bache. Brian Offerman, not known for his scoring prowess, but had some room to work with there deep in the offensive zone. Dom Yossi puts it off an ankle. Clubhouse Cards on the counterattack. Midway through this first period. And it's 1-0 Brentwood as Bache again is called into action. Sam Mitchell leads it on ahead, intended for Ragno, but Brentwood is offside. Rose over the attacking line. Had a late goal in the second game, and he goes backhand and turns goaltender Bache inside out. A Rose by any other name, and it's a 1-1 game with 4 minutes to go in the first. Clubhouse Cards now looking for their first lead of the game. With it is Cam Stern. Correction, Ethan Hoff trying to play it in front. Hoff with a goal earlier tonight for Team Clubhouse. Rorick with speed behind the Clubhouse goal. And that's taken away by Perucci. Perucci has company in the form of Hoff. Hoff out in front, underneath the goaltender stick of Bache. Ragno up to center with speed. Cuts around Olsolani. Ragno to the goal. He shoots. He scores! Corbin Ragno nuzzles that nylon and gives Brentwood the lead again. The Johnstown native makes it a 2-1 contest. At the other end, here's Hoff. Hoff unable to wrap it around. He had a partially open net to shoot at, too. He just couldn't tuck the puck in cleanly inside that near post. Ragno spending the last couple of seasons with RMU's Division I club team. Meanwhile, Brentwood bank on the counter. Save made from an angle there by Lang on the shot by DeSimone. At the other end, Holleran missing. With first period time ticking away, Hoff sends it down low for Rose. Rose unable to chip it over the head of Hayden Bache. Again, the final game will be 9 minutes in length instead of the usual 10 that we were prescribed. As this glove save is made by Bache, but turned right back over to Rose. Rose firing, finding metal and mesh. He pinballed it off the inside of the post and it got in behind Bache. And we've got a 2-2 game. Rose with both goals for Team Clubhouse Cards. And that one-timer is buried. Team Brentwood getting it right back, and I believe it's DeSimone with the answer. It is DeSimone's fourth of the night. Centering pass. Rose already on hat-trick watch, trying to make it a 3-3 contest, but Brentwood survives that little rush. And out it comes now to Board. Board behind the net. Trying to go to Macrocostas near side, but he's taken out of the play by Gostick. 2-on-2 for Team Clubhouse. Gostick off the side of the net. Good stick there by Board. Board trying to get up ahead of the D-man. That's Perucci, but Perucci outmuscles him. Final minute of first period play. 3-2 lead for Brentwood. And trying to add to it if they possibly can. Board on the off wing to the trailer. And that trailer is Gio Palumbo. Palumbo, stick checked. Clubhouse Cards counterattacking. This shot blocked. Macrocostas got a piece of that. 20 seconds left. Palumbo was up ahead of the play, but Board couldn't get to that puck on time. Bush exchanging with Fetzko. Fetzko to the corner. Played out in front, and missing on the one-timer was Evan Perucci. 3 seconds left. Brentwood's got to hurry. 2 seconds. 1 second, and a save made at the buzzer by Lang on Rorick. And this Week 2 final is off to a rousing start. The exciting conclusion to come. Team Brentwood Bank 3, Team Clubhouse Cards 2. Matt Popchuk here to bring it to you from the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon after this on 10 Band TV. Live coverage of Ice Castle Summer League Hockey on 10 Band TV is brought to you by Tidal Wave Sports. Get ready for the new wave of sports design as Tidal Wave brings you the best in custom jerseys, apparel, marketing materials, and more. When you turn to the dedicated staff at Tidal Wave, they will make sure your business or organization looks its best while in action in the community or online. Ride the wave of excellence at TidalWaveSports.com and follow them at Tidal Wave Sports. Quality, passion, pride. That's Tidal Wave Sports, official uniform supplier of the USHL, the ECHL, and the Ice Castle Prospects League. All four teams Natalie attired this summer, and the folks at Tidal Wave Sports in the state of Texas, where they're based, doing a fine job producing the uniforms for this event. Team Brentwood Bank in gray leading Team Clubhouse Cards in purple to begin period 2 of this Week 2 final by a 3-2 score. And we've got some big saves made at both ends to begin period 2 by Clubhouse's Tyler Lang and Brentwood's Hayden Bache. And a little bit of controversy at that after a non-call at the right side of the ice to begin the frame. Morasic trying to break open, and he taps it in behind Tyler Lang to make it a 4-2 lead. Brentwood finally able to get that extender. One of the finer players in the recent history of the Burrell Co-op program in PIHL. Told you a little about him and the Burrell program earlier. Earl getting invited to USA Hockey Nationals in 2019 and made it all the way to the final round of the National D2 tournament. Bethel Park in 2014, the only team in the PIHL era to actually win a natty at USA Hockey Nationals. I want to say they were in Chicago that year, but don't hold me to that. In any event, Passananti through center. Brentwood trying to add to a 2-goal lead. Out in front, unable to handle that centering pass was DeSimone. And a chance up ahead now for Nate Mellett. Mellett to the goal, makes his move. He scores! Clubhouse cuts the deficit to 1. The Beaver County native thickening the plot here at the Ice Castle, and a penalty shot awarded to Clubhouse Cards. Jackson Rose going to have a chance to tie things up. And he does. Action Jackson makes it 4-4. DeSimone entering the attacking zone. Now Brentwood trying to pull away at the beginning of the second period, but Clubhouse hanging around. It's been a well-played final game here to close out week 2, a seesaw battle. Brentwood trying to avenge a week 1 championship loss as Clubhouse takes the lead 5-4. And finishing the one-timer with ease is Melandra. The pride of McKeesport and of Elizabeth Forward and the Pittsburgh Predators, for that matter, making it 5-4 Clubhouse. 5:40 to go. At the other end, Lang trying to make that save, and he does somehow. Kicking that leg out as far as he possibly can and holding that line. The action brisk, to say the least, as it goes to the other end for Rose. And putting it off the bar is Rorick. Clubhouse with 3 unanswered goals in this second period to take the lead. And they play it calmly in their own zone for Caden Bush, but it's turned over to Rorick. Rorick down low. And one too many passes there, I think, by Brentwood. On his hands and knees is Rose trying to help out his goaltender there atop the crease. Brentwood still on the forecheck here. Mitchell through a crowd. It's worked down low. Mitchell with it again. Mitchell puts it off the right pad of Tyler Lang. And calling for the puck now is Hoff. Hoff over the line. He fires off the body of Bache. And I think Bache, for his own sake, needed to make that stop, as we have a stoppage with appropriately 4:12 left on the game clock. And Bache signaled to the officials that he's got a problem with his mask. I think that's why the timeout was called. And indeed, that seems to be the case. A strap or something came loose, and he needed a moment to readjust it. So back to action from the neutral zone. Solani unable to get penetration, and he's forced back deep into his own end as it's sent out near side to Holleran. Rorick takes it the other way. Rorick with a nice move there. Rorick flips it toward goal, but Lang stood his ground. Coming the other end and firing off the glove hand of Bache is Holleran. Still a 1-goal game. Solani played it through the goal mouth. That long rebound comes right out to Ragno, who has a goal in this game. Ragno with a toe drag. Ragno unable to shoot it cleanly. Good hustle by Offerman. Worked out in front, and a couple of chances there for Mitchell. Again, Tyler Lang in the right place at the right time. Under 3 to go in regulation. Clubhouse clinging to a 5-4 lead. Yossi puts it wide for Team Brentwood. Brentwood has the rebound, but they turned it over to Hoff. Hoff trying to get a step on DeSimone. He centers it for a wide open St. John, but St. John couldn't handle it. Brentwood coming back quickly the other way. Yossi, the Penn's elite product. A shot pass right on the doorstep intended for Passanante, but it was not to be. St. John with one more chance. This time he puts it cleanly on target. And Bache is able to make that save. Fire wagon hockey here at the trackside rink. DeSimone on goal, and that almost snuck through Lang, but he got a piece with the left hand. Gostick hits the brakes. Gostick running out of room to distribute that puck. It's turned over to DeSimone. DeSimone, 2-on-1 with Sotka. The pass is cut out, and taking it away for Team Clubhouse is Mellon. Correction, that's Gostick firing it from an angle, and covering it in haste is Hayden Bache. Bache hurrying the play along with his team down by a goal. And Liam Walsh signaling to goaltender Bache possibly to try and come off if he can, and now he will. Brentwood skating 5-on-4, needing a goal to even up this 5-4 game. Net empty down to our right. Brentwood with the puck. Board to the point. Palumbo, score! Hold the plane for Minkus. We are tied at 5. Palumbo shot it. I'm not sure if he scored it. Minimally, it'll be an assist for Gio Palumbo. It's a 5-5 game. Morasic, they're going to give credit to him for the tip-in. And we've got a new game with under a minute to go. Near side, it comes off the goaltender's glove vis-a-vis Jackson Rose. Brentwood might have a chance now to steal this thing with 40 seconds left. But that outlet pass goes off the skates of Gostick. Half a minute to play in regulation. Devin Rorick, left side. Rorick from the slot area. Rorick cutting toward the cage. Not sure if Lang got a piece of that or not, but it's taken up to center by Team Clubhouse Cards. With it is Rose. Has a trailer in Gostick. The Pittsburgh Predators teammates unable to hook up there. 8 seconds left. One last chance for Team Brentwood. From his knees, it's fired toward goal and held by Lang. And so we will play sudden victory OT in the Week 2 final. Team Brentwood Bank 5, Team Clubhouse Cards 5. Nice way to end it here on a Tuesday night in the South Hills. And we want to remind you that there's still plenty of time to lock in your sponsorship for the next season of local hockey on 10 Band TV. We'll have 2025-2026 PIHL action, College Hockey Mid-America, College Hockey East. Contact sales at 10bandmedia.com or visit 10band.tv and click advertise. Use the discount code TBTVHockey at checkout for 10% off your ad buy. Overtime underway in the Week 2 championship round of the Ice Castle Prospects League. Rose toward the goal. That save made by Bache. Rose trying to end this thing right off the opening faceoff of the extra period. Brentwood's going to have a chance now. Lead pass. A pass trying to be led. They were trying to lead for Passanante is what I was getting at. Was broken up easily. Sort of a low percentage play there, and it sends Clubhouse the other way. Rhodes, near side for Olsolani. A loud save made by Bache, but it's turned over. Rhodes stood up immediately. They are paying a lot of respect to Jackson Rose, and understandably so after the game he's had. Mitchell, off-balance shot from the left circle, was airborne. It's settled down, and in the sitting position is Tyler Lang. All kinds of chaos ensues as Lang was practically tackled trying to make that stop and trying to reach for the puck in the air, for that matter. Officials awarding possession to Team Clubhouse with no further consequences. Holleran up the left wing. Holleran behind the net, unable to wrap it around. Waiting at the point is Olsolani. Olsolani keeps his puck inside the line. Amir Olsolani outmuscles the defense and fires wide midway through the OT. To center for Rose. Rose lost it. Here comes Morasic. Morasic to the goal, knocked off balance. Turnaround shot! Oh, what an attempt there by Morasic, but a better save by Tyler Lang. Holleran again from the left side. Plays it around the boards. Yossi up to DeSimone. DeSimone puts it off his own man. That was Yossi who caught the friendly fire. Caden Bush surveying the play with 40 to go in the overtime. Up it comes to Holleran. Holleran met immediately by Morasic on the half wall. And reaching for this puck at his own line is Gostick. Brentwood in control. Bobby Board on his off-wing board trying to flip it to the player cutting to the net. That was DeSimone. 15 seconds left. One last rush maybe for Team Clubhouse. And they've got one. Here's Holleran. Holleran shooting on Bache. And Bache fought that puck a little bit but hung on. 10 seconds to go. Two-line pass accepted by Morasic. Morasic toward goal, just beyond the reach of Board. And so we will go to the sudden victory shootout. So this will not be an NHL-style shootout, as it were. It will not be 3 rounds necessarily. It'll be a sudden victory format, meaning whichever team shoots first, if they score first, then the opponent has to score or it's over. The hockey equivalent of extra innings in baseball, I guess you could say. Team Brentwood and Team Clubhouse Cards tied at 5 through overtime. And we will need this shootout to decide a Week 2 winner. Nick Kakali, the Clubhouse Cards team coach, and Liam Walsh, the Brentwood Bank team coach, scribbling together their respective shootout lineups. And Kakali getting some instructions here from one of the officials. Not sure if this is a clarification or just a review of the shootout format. What remains to be seen is which team will shoot first. We've seen no indication one way or the other. No clear indication anyway. And it looks like Brentwood's going to have the honor. Gio Palumbo inserted into the Brentwood lineup for Vitaly Ulyanov, who was a scratch tonight. He brings it across the line for Brentwood. Palumbo to the goal. Save made by Tyler Lang. And so Jackson Gostick now will have a chance to win it for Team Clubhouse Cards. Gostick for the win. Stop by Bache. So we'll do it all over again. Devin Rorick can put Brentwood ahead. Or can he? Lang with the glove. So again, Team Clubhouse with a chance to win it here in round 2 of the Sudden Victory Shootout. Amir Al-Salani, another Upper St. Clair Panther, going to take his turn. Al-Salani to the goal. Save made by Bache. To round 3 we go. Corbin Ragno for Team Brentwood. Skating to his left. Brings it to the goal. Ran out of room to shoot and put it off the side of the net. Lang stayed right with him. Will the third time be the charm for Team Clubhouse Cards? Jackson Rose can put it away. He does! Action Jackson calls game in the bottom of round 3 in the Sudden Victory Shootout. Team Clubhouse Cards wins it over Team Brentwood Bank 6-5. And purple reigns at the end of week 2. Thank you to Tyler Mirovic for the opportunity to provide special bonus coverage of this 2025 Ice Castle Prospects League. We'll be with you the rest of the way. Back next Monday night, at 6 p.m. Tuesday night, of course, is 3 versus 3 Elite League night at 6 p.m. on 10 Band TV. Thank you to all Kazarowskis concerned, not the least of whom are Todd and Finn in the producer's booth. Thank you, Nick and Xander Kakali, and thank you for watching and listening. Once again, Team Clubhouse Cards, your Week 2 Prospect League champions in the shootout. They take it over two-time finalist Team Brentwood Bank by a 6-5 final score. I'm Matt Popchalk, and that's all she wrote from Castle Shannon. We'll see you next week for Summer League hockey from the Ice Castle, only on 10 Band TV. Ice Castle's trackside rink. That puck off the backside of Shin and fired on goal. Oh, Medved from distance. Think of the children. 18 seconds in. Now by Hennessy. I had a goal call all teed up, and Hennessy had other plans. Anthos counterattacking. What a save there at the other end. Anything you can do, I can do better. On the counter for Burns and Scalo, Quinn Tyler. Oh, that one-timer is finished by Luca Maeda. With speed. Out in front, snapshot. Where is it? It's out the other side of Hennessy. He had no idea where that puck was, and neither did we. Ansis thought he had himself a goal, and for a second, I did too. Medved driving the net, and he goes 5-hole on Hennessy. 3-0 Burns and Scalo, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. That's blocked. Good own zone coverage by Corey Mooney and company. Ansis, 2-on-none. At the side of the net, what a save by Hennessy. Best save of the night, bar none, as Medved couldn't complete the Hattie. Underneath his leg pad and in behind the extended goal line. Steal by Burns and Scallo. Corey Mooney to go, and again, Hennessy ready and waiting. Scallo right back on the attack, but that centering pass is thrown behind Maeda, and a chance the other way for Tyler Kazarowski. He misses to the far post. After some conversation with Maeda, is going to take it. And Garrett Barakazi makes it a 5-0 lead for Burns and Scallo. Steal with the blue line by Luca Maeda. Maeda to the cage. Burial! Medved. Well, now he'll have a chance to pick up the Hattie, and you can break out the chapeaus for Reese Medved, baby. Burns and Scallo dominating in the consolation game. Timmons from an angle. He finally gets that goose egg off the board. Team Anthos gets one with 5.5 to go. Second goal in this game. Some of the members of Team Clubhouse Cards in purple watching in the distance as Saginaw goes 5-hole on Trevino to make it an 8-2 game. Chance the other way for Ansis. Ansis kicks it to himself, and he tucks it around Hennessy. Team in week 1 held in check in game 2, but here in the consolation game, the floodgates have opened. And a goal at the other end in the meantime by Jake Stock, who seems like he's had a billion chances in both outings for Team Anthos. Tyler Kazarowski, and he puts it off Trevino. Trevino stopping the follow-up. Kovulik. Oh, there's a nifty shot from the near side by Saginaw, who's potted a pair. Tuck it around Hennessy, who came way off the line. Played out in front. An emphatic shot there by Ansis. Lancing off the side of the net. Anthos with an opportunity to collect some more as finding metal but not mesh is Caden Kazarowski. Kazarowski to the goal. He's stopped by Trevino. It comes around to Tyler. Tyler's shot is blocked with 3 seconds left. It's stolen. This will be put in by Avancic. Once again wearing their distinctive purple threads. Devin Rorick in the corner. And he nuzzles that nylon behind goaltender Tyler Lang. Let's go trying to dish it west to east, but it's broken up. 2-on-1 for Brentwood. One-timer at the side of the net, and that went underneath the stick of Bobby Board. Rose over the attacking line. Had a late goal in the second game, and he goes backhand and turns goaltender Bache inside out. Bache. Ragno up to center with speed. Cuts around Olsolani. Ragno to the goal. He shoots. He scores! Corbin Ragno nuzzles that nylon and gives Brentwood the lead again. As this glove save is made by Bache, but turned right back over to Rose. Rose firing, finding metal and mesh. He pinballed it off the inside of the post, and it got in behind Bache. And we've got a 2-2 game. Rose with both goals for Team Clubhouse Cards. And that one-timer is buried. Team Brentwood getting it right back, and I believe it's D. Simone with the answer to begin the frame. Morasic trying to break open, and he taps it in behind Tyler Lang to make it a 4-2 lead. Brentwood trying to add to a 2-goal lead. Out in front, unable to handle that centering pass was D. Simone, and a chance up ahead now for Nate Mellett. Mellett makes his move. He scores! Clubhouse cuts the deficit to 1. The plot here at the Ice Castle, and a penalty shot awarded to Clubhouse Cards. Jackson Rose going to have a chance to tie things up. And he does. Action Jackson makes it 4-4. Close out week 2, a seesaw battle. Brentwood trying to avenge a week 1 championship loss as Clubhouse takes the lead 5-4. And finishing the one-timer with ease is Melandra. Through a crowd, it's worked down low. Mitchell with it again. Mitchell puts it off the right pad of Tyler Lang. Right. Brentwood with the puck. Board to the point. Palumbo, score! Hold the plane for Minkus. We are tied at 5. Palumbo shot it. I'm not sure if he scored it. Minimally, it'll be an assist for Gio Palumbo. It's a 5-5 game. He's had Mitchell. Off-balance shot from the left circle was airborne. It's settled down, and in the sitting position is Tyler Lang. All kinds of chaos ensues as Lang was practically tackled trying to make that stop. And to center for Rose. Rose lost it. Here comes Morasic. Morasic to the goal, knocked off balance. Turnaround shot! Oh, what an attempt there by Morasic, but a better save by Tyler Lang. Cutting to the net, that was DeSimone. 15 seconds left. One last rush maybe for Team Clubhouse. And they've got one. Here's Holleran. Holleran shooting on Bache. And Bache fought that puck a little bit but hung on. 10 seconds to go. Morasic toward goal just beyond the reach of Board. And so we will go to the sudden victory shootout. Gostick for the win. Stop by Bache. Devin Rorick can put Brentwood ahead. Or can he? Lang with the glove. Flair Panther gonna take his turn. Al-Salani to the goal. Save made by Bache. No for Team Brentwood. Skating to his left. Brings it to the goal. Ran out of room to shoot and put it off the side of the net. Rose can put it away. He does! Action Jackson calls game in the bottom of round 3 in the sudden victory shootout. Team Clubhouse Cards wins it over Team Brentwood Bank 6-5.